Hello, 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 hello. I am Zoe Carroll, and I am here to talk to you about well-being business owners and the fact that well-being business owners are some of the nicest people on the planet. I know, I've been one for many, many years. I work with well-being practitioners, well-being business owners, and they are amazing. They are a gift to the universe, a gift to the planet, a gift to people, and their willingness to support the well-being of others is a treasure. However, we are not always making the most of our treasure, and we are not always making a fair exchange for our service and our skills that we deserve. I know many well-being practitioners and business owners who are guilty of overserving, undercharging, and devaluing their own work. And I am on a mission to stop you from doing that. I know there is nothing more important than the well-being of everybody on the planet. And I love that you want to offer this. I love that you have spent years training. I love that you have spent probably thousands of pounds on your personal development to be able to offer the services that you do. And I don't think it's fair that you underserve yourself by undercharging for it, or by staying stuck in a model where you are only trading time for money and you are reaching that ceiling of income where you can only earn more by increasing your prices that doesn't feel quite right, or by working more and more hours. Very often, the biggest cost for us in the wellbeing industry is renting space from which to provide our service, or using up a space in our house in which to offer our services. So we can only continue to trade time for money for a limited amount of time before we outgrow that model, and we need to serve in a very different way. And that's what I want to teach you about in the work that I do. One of the other things I want you to be very aware of is, because of our great hearts and our willingness and our desire to help as many people as possible, we are often drawn to work with the people who either can't afford our services or don't believe in the value of our services. And I want to put it out there that it's nothing to do with us. When people don't feel like they are able to invest in their own well-being, it's actually a reflection of their beliefs about their own worth for receiving the well-being treatments, rather than any reflection on you and the value or worthiness of the services that you offer. Very often when people tell us we're too expensive, that's actually not a reflection of our services or our prices. It's a reflection of the value that somebody else is placing on their own well-being and not on us. But because of who we are, we can take that on board, and it can damage our sense of certainty about the prices that we charge and the value that we're placing on our own service. So again, I'm going to challenge you to look at, if you are only finding clients who will only pay the minimum amount, then perhaps we need to look at some different audiences for you to find. And when you work with people who genuinely value what you do, it becomes better for you and also better for your clients, because they are more invested financially, emotionally, and spiritually very often with the services that they are getting from you, that they are paying for. So I wanted to pose you a few questions in this little video today. I want to ask you, and you can perhaps journal on these questions, or perhaps you can just think about your answers, maybe as you're going about your day today. Why did you come into the wellbeing field in the first place? Why are you still here? What is it about working in the wellbeing field that fires up something inside you? If you feel any guilt or shame about charging well for the services that you offer, why do you think that is? Do you see your services or your time as low value? Do you often overdeliver and undercharge? If you're an overgiver or an undercharger, I want you to think about this pattern, this habit, where it's come from, why you do it, and have a think about or feel into why this happens with you. I want to ask you, are you finding enough clients who are so invested in their own well-being that they will happily pay your charges and invest in their own well-being? Are you finding enough of those people to make your business feel easeful and successful? How do you describe what it is that you do? For example, do you describe yourself by the modality that you offer? Do you describe yourself, for example, as a reflexologist or a holistic therapist? Or do you describe yourself in a different way, perhaps as somebody who runs a well-being business or somebody who offers a particular type of transformation or service? Think about how you describe people and whether that's consistent across your website, your social media platforms, and when you introduce yourself to people. How do you describe who you are and what it is that you do? Do you feel like a business owner or entrepreneur? Is that a description that you jam with, or does that feel a bit jarring to you? I know I'm a yoga teacher as part of my offering, and sometimes when I describe myself as a yoga teacher, it feels odd then to describe myself as somebody who runs a yoga business. That's an unusual situation. So I just want you to spend some time exploring this. Do you worry that being a business owner or an entrepreneur is somehow in conflict with that spirituality or the calling of what it is that you do? And finally, are you stuck trading time for money as a way of doing business? And are you ready to break out of that into a more fulfilling, more sustainable way of doing business? So have a think about those questions, perhaps write your answers down. And I just wanted to let you know in this video that I'm here to help you on your way to creating a business that nourishes you financially, emotionally, spiritually, and your clients, that enables you to offer a fulfilling, impactful, sustainable way of doing business by enhancing your business and your customer service journey with the right level of technological support, so the right level of tech to get you going without it being overwhelming and feeling like you're out of your depth with it, and using the right tech that supports you in your mission to communicate effectively with your ideal dream fit clients and helps you to keep your business sustainable and having that impact that you desire. Just so you know who I am in relation to all of this stuff, like, who is this woman telling me about all of this stuff? I've run a successful massage business, and I ran my first successful massage business more than 20 years ago. I niched completely by accident. I was taking part in sport at a very high level myself, and I niched with the sports that I knew a lot about. I knew the injuries and the performance limiting factors that cyclists and skydivers were experiencing. And so I focused there. I'd niched completely by accident. I charged really well because I was the only person doing it at the drop zone, the only person doing it at the events. And I funded my way through my whole degree and my master's degree by running my massage business. So that's where I started. I've been doing this for a really long time. I also ran a successful product-based business where I made weighted blankets for children with additional needs, and I sold them. I was the main supplier to a catalogue company in the UK that supplies families with additional needs services. I've run a successful coaching and therapy business. I've run a yoga business, and I run a wellbeing and yoga membership online at the moment as well. I also run wellbeing and coaching days, leadership days, and training days in the corporate world. So I've got a wealth of experience in this world. And before I stepped into it full time, I was a teacher, and I've exceeded my teaching income quite significantly in almost every single month that I've been running my business. My business now feels full of ease. It lights me up. I get to do the work I love with ideal dream fit clients. I love helping people in the wellbeing business sector experience this level of uplift as well, because it's entirely possible. And just because you are one of the kindest, nicest people on the planet doesn't mean that you shouldn't be well compensated for the well-being impact that you have for other people. What else did I want to tell you? So I want to ask you, I invite you to tell me, where do you get stuck? What's the sticking point? Why can't you get your business to that next level? What's getting in the way of you making the progress that you want to make? What do you need help with? Is it the technology? Is it it just all feels overwhelming and I don't know where to start? Is it that I'm worried about niching and turning away all the lovely clients that I see? Is it that I don't really know what to do next? I don't really feel like a business person. I don't want to take it too seriously. I like it just being on the back burner or a side hustle alongside my day job. So tell me where you're getting stuck. And also tell me if you feel like you're getting to the point when you are ready to take yourself and your well-being business to the next level of performance, to that next level of income, to that next level of income, to that next level of freedom. So when you're ready to scale your well-being business, get away from this transactional model of trading time for money and take this business off to a whole new level. The ways that I do this for people is I run a program called the Ignite Your Wellbeing Business Program, which is fantastic. And all of the people in there are amazing, incredible human beings doing amazing wellbeing work out there in the world. And the program provides a structure and a way of creating a business that fits each of those people. Many of my audience is neurodivergent. I have a very neurodiverse following, and that's because I am neurodivergent myself. I have ADHD, and I don't necessarily think in the same ways that traditional business models have. And this held me up for a really long time because I kept thinking I couldn't do it because I couldn't do it the way other people did. So the Ignite program will fit you if you describe yourself as neurotypical, but it will also fit you very well if you think that you may be autistic, have ADHD, or any other kind of neurodivergent traits, even if you are not diagnosed. Because our brains all work very differently. And the way I work is very inclusive of not overwhelming brains, giving options, but not too many options that it becomes overwhelming, and allowing people the freedom and flexibility and support to build a business that suits their way of working, the available time that they have, whether it's fitting alongside something else, for example. So that's the Ignite program. If you want to find out more about that, it's an evergreen program, so you can join us at various intervals throughout the year. It runs all the time because I didn't want to just have one cohort that started and finished. I want this to be available for you when you are ready to join the program. It's a 6-month program. So you can find out more about that. There's a link to follow if you want to find out more about the Ignite program. If you want to have some one-to-one coaching, some business mentoring around what you want to do, you can also contact me and get in touch with that. About that, you can book a 15-minute free game plan call with me if that's what you would like to do. And I offer course development and also business development as part of that one-to-one offer for wellbeing business owners. And if you're not yet in need of specific support, but you just want to hang out in a community of like-minded, fabulous wellbeing business owners, rocking their thing, making the world a better place, by all means, please come and join us in the Elevate Your Wellbeing Business Facebook group. Join the community, get stuck into the discussions, ask for any help in there that you need, and let's see if we can't get your wellbeing business kicking off and having more support, getting you a bit more income, giving you a bit more structure, just helping you out with as much support as we can in that community. So thank you very much for being here. Do click on the links, have a look around, and if there's anything else that you want to ask, you can always email me, zoe@zoecarroll.com, and I'm always happy to hear from you and to answer any of your questions. Go and have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.